Hi guys, thanks for joining us on this very special webinar. I'm joined by our General Manager of Profi Fitness School and also our Master Trainer, also the owner of M Fitness, personal trainer, coach, mentor, and general fitness extraordinaire, Michael Ducey. How are you?
Thanks, Carol. Thanks for the generous introduction as well. Appreciate it.
That was a great introduction, actually. Suppose the first question I have, is there anything you can't do, Michael?
Anything I can't do? Yeah.
Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. But yes, I have to give you a good introduction because you're someone who has been in the fitness industry for a long time. You've been a fitness instructor, a personal trainer. You've built your own business. You're now a general manager of Profi Fitness. So you've built a lot of our courses that we do into our curriculum, and you're a mentor for a lot of our students who I suppose have those goals of being a fitness instructor, personal trainer, and building their own business. So you're a great resource for a lot of knowledge. And I suppose we want to just talk about some of the challenges that are in the fitness industry today. I know it's come up a lot, I suppose, over not even the last few months or the last few years, but kind of generally over our entire being on the market, providing fitness courses. There's one thing that we find that our students kind of struggle with, and that is learning anatomy of the body, which is obviously a very important part of being a fitness instructor. You need to have a very detailed level and a very detailed knowledge of the body. And I suppose one of the reasons maybe that people struggle with it, it's quite a scientific area. It's a bit of a very detailed topic. There's a lot to learn. Michael, would you agree? What would you say kind of some of the challenges are, or why do people find this area so difficult?
Yeah, so definitely what you're saying there is very relatable. It resonates. Speaking with a lot of the students that have gone through the courses and working in the gym environment for almost 2 decades now, I suppose 5 of the key areas that new trainers are struggling with is, number 1, preparing good programs. So preparing programs that work well for their clients. Number 2 is how to share those programs with the clients, how they pass on their knowledge to the clients. Are the programs appropriate based on the client's needs? Mm-hmm. Number 3, you mentioned this one yourself, the understanding the anatomy of movement. So there's coaches out there that even have qualified and they still don't fully understand like what the exercise are doing, what movements are involved, the correct movements for squatting, what's going wrong, how to correct it. Number 4 would be why the clients are doing those exercises. Like, why exactly are you making a client do a deadlift? Why are you making them squat? Why are you making them bench press? What's the purpose of it? What's the benefit of it? And I suppose the last one, really, a lot of trainers, like new trainers that are doing PT, starting to just become like rep and timekeepers. They're just counting your reps. They're just looking at the time on the wall. They're not focusing on correcting the movement of the client and getting the best out of every session. So they're probably the main struggles right now for a lot of clients and for the coaches that are implementing the programs.
Mm-hmm. And it makes sense, I suppose, if you're at the beginning of your fitness career, sometimes you're in the fitness game a long time, but you need like a little bit of a refresher, knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it. I suppose anatomy is a big part of that as well. So, is there anything that we can put in place that can help people with this area and, I suppose face some of those challenges?
Yeah, so we're really, really excited to announce a collaboration with Muscle and Motion. They're the leading international provider of anatomy videos for student learning. So this is the first time in the Irish market this has come about. Profi Fitness School are on the Irish market since 2009. We have huge experience, and by partnering with a worldwide leader in anatomy videos, I think it's really giving us a world-class program for our students. They're going to have the best possible learning environment. It's going to explain the technique of every exercise that you're going to need as a fitness professional. What are the drawbacks of an exercise, where you're going wrong, how you can correct it, and you'll be able to visualize all of that on the platform and see it. It's a really interactive learning experience for the students, and it's going to give us one of the very best programs in the country right now for personal trainers, fitness professionals, or for anyone looking to upskill and improve their knowledge or refresh their knowledge.
Yeah, and I think this sounds like something that will address a lot of the issues that we've kind of heard about previously before, that we've, obviously we, through our courses, try and give as much knowledge and mentorship, but sometimes it's the actual physical act of learning and getting those details into your head, as you said, why you're learning a movement or why you're doing the movement. And it all does kind of relate to anatomy. So, excuse me, can you give us a little overview of the program, show us how it works? Or
Yeah, I'd love to be able to run through it just to give you a little bit of a glimpse of what's possible when you're using the platform. So I'm just going to share on my screen now. So just for example there, we've got like an exercise library, and you can go into all exercises here. Just for example, Carol, if you give me like a body part that you'd like to work out, so you can see here we've got all the different areas. So let's just, for example, if you want to pick one there on the list.
Why don't you do lats?
Okay. So you can just select it here on the software. As soon as you submit, all of the exercises that work the lats come up. There's videos for every single one of them. So
there, everything on the screen there is just for lats.
This is all for lats. It's a massive library. There's thousands of exercises on it. So I'm just going to click in to one of the most common exercises here. So the wide grip lat pull down, and it's just going to load up here for me now.
Lat pull down machine. The lat pull down is one of the most popular exercises used to strengthen the muscles of the back, most notably the latissimus dorsi. Adjust the pads so your knees are placed securely underneath. Grasp.
Just going to pause there for a second. So you can see straight away there that you're able to visualize the muscles being used. You can also see a person that's completing the exercise. And if you just scroll across here, these are just analysis of the exercise. There's actually 6 videos on the one exercise. So it's getting really in depth, really in detail. But what I really love about the software is the common problems here. So this is what trainers and coaches need to pick up on, areas that they're going to be struggling and what to spot. So let's just click on one of the common problems the coaches should be looking out for here.
Common mistake. The cable is pulled impulsively while leaning back too far. And when returning, the pelvis lifts off the chair without control. This is usually to compensate for using too much weight or lack of awareness. To prevent this, fix the thighs in place under the leg supports and perform slow, controlled movements, recruiting the core muscles throughout the movement.
So we can see straight away that there's a correction there for you as a coach. You can go in, if there's an exercise you're not comfortable with coaching your clients, you can go straight in, find that exercise and correct it straight away. Or if you need to add an exercise to a program, you have a full library there. What I might just show you as well there, Carol, is just as well, you can, if you don't want to go through the library and search the body parts, you can type in an exercise up here in the corner, in the search bar. Common exercise used by trainers with deadlifts for compound movements. So we'll just go with like a barbell deadlift. And again, you see all the muscles being used. I'll just do one more now for demonstrating. So this is the other way you can use it. You can go in and search up here in the top corner. And again,
starting position. The bar is above the feet, close to the shin bone. The shoulders are slightly in front of the bar. Pulling the bar close to the body requires.
So as you can see, really in depth, you can see the muscles being worked. You can see glutes, hamstrings are all engaged as we come up. You can see how it's going to look in a gym if a client is doing exercise. And again, over here, you're going to see some of the common faults.
Common mistake. Spine is not neutral.
And this one's very common for any coach. They should be spotted straight away on deadlift that at clients beginning, they don't have their spine neutral position. So it's telling you how to correct that.
Both sides of the spectrum when it comes to not having a neutral spine. On one hand, we have the athlete whose spine is in flexion, rounded. On the other hand, we have the athlete who overcompensates and pulls the lower lumbar into hyperextension, creating an extreme amount of tension and pressure on that area.
Yeah, it's actually really subtle, the differences, but you can actually see what the differences are. And then, you know, you're going to reduce risk of injury as well if you're doing all of these completely correctly.
Yeah. And yeah, absolutely, Carol. And I would say it's a really good learning resource, not just for coaches, but if there's someone that's like a fitness enthusiast that's interested in improving their training in the gym, it's a world-class resource and it'll give you exactly what you need. There's also workout plans. You can go in and you can set out workout plans. I'll go into more detail on this later on because it's going to be part of our course as well. You can set up workout plans for yourself or for your clients. It's really, really top class. And as you've seen earlier on, just show you that one more time. When you go into the all exercises list, there's literally an endless amount of exercise for any type of body, for any body part or any type of equipment that you could think of using. It's all there on the list. I'll stop the screen share there. I could go on for hours showing you exercises there. It is a lot of resources.
So presumably you can go in and put in something that you want to use, an exercise to improve X, Y, and Z, and it will give you, suggest an exercise and show you how to do it as well.
Yeah, it's got everything you could need there. Everything you could need to adapt an exercise. If you want to make corrections, it's going to show you exactly what the client's doing wrong. You've just seen it there in a couple of exercises. I couldn't commend it highly enough. It's an amazing resource for our students, and I'm delighted that they're going to be able to use that for Profi Fitness School's courses now as well.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so much to learn in fitness. You can imagine that a person, a beginner trainer who's just qualified, they're still going to get so much information from that, because there's just so much to know, and it will just really give them a good resource to go in and say, okay, right, I'm really confident now. If someone asks me a question about a particular body type or a particular workout that they want to do, or just demonstrating a particular exercise, they have that resource at their fingertips. So yeah, that looks really good. I have a few questions. So as I said, we've come up with this resource based on what we see as challenges in the gym for personal trainers, fitness instructors, for gym owners, what gym owners want to see from fitness instructors as well. You yourself as a gym owner and seeing clients come in, what kind of typical challenges come up. So we do speak to our students about different courses that they'd like to see. We speak to gym owners. So I suppose we've kind of tested the waters, discussing if this might work for some people, and we have a few questions from a couple of people that I want to just read out and ask you to see if you can answer, just to give us a bit of a better overview. So who would this be suitable for? I think you've kind of answered that already, but
yeah, I'll just follow up on it again. So 100% the course is ideal for aspiring fitness professionals. Anyone that's looking to become a PT, a fitness professional, a coach, this is 100% the resource you need. It's much more useful than, there's some really good books and manuals out there, but it's really hard to beat this because it's so interactive. You can literally see your client doing the movement, and you can see the muscles and the anatomy on the opposite video. So it's exactly what you need when you're learning to become a trainer. It's also perfect for coaches, PTs, fit pros that are already qualified. Even for someone like myself that's in the industry for years, it's a great way of refreshing your knowledge and coming back. There's so many exercises there that there's bound to be stuff that you haven't even touched on yet, because you can see the list of equipment, you can see the list of exercise. We clicked on lats, and there was literally like a full page with loads and loads of exercises there. So even for someone that's already qualified in the industry looking to refresh their knowledge, it's a really good software and platform to use. And as I said, I mentioned to you as well, I think it's really helpful for someone that's a fitness enthusiast that likes working out in the gym, likes exercising, but wants to learn more, wants to have their own program, build their own program, and learn more about the exercises. It's all there in the platform, and they can even do the programs themselves on it. So yeah, it's really suitable for a broad range of people.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the duration of the course? How does it work? How long do you have to spend learning about this?
So the course itself that we're going to be doing with Profi, it's going on for 3 days. So it'll be 3 days of interactive learning online, roughly about between 6.5 to 8 hours, depending on the course. There's also self-study involved. So after you get through each course day, we recommend spending a couple of hours refreshing yourself on the material, getting used to the software, getting familiar with it, and learning how to use it properly.
Okay. So what is the course schedule, and is there an exam?
Yeah, so the course schedule basically is on the 29th of April, there's going to be basic exercise technique. Day 2 is going to be scaling workouts on the 20th of May, and day 3 is going to be program implementation, and that's on the 11th of June. And program implementation is going to be broken down to four subsections. So you're going to spend a couple of hours with each of our tutors. The first one is nutrition for athletic performance. Then you're going to do cardio, plyometrics, and functional training. Then you're going to do flexibility and mobility, and you're going to finish off with strength and conditioning. Because programming, there's so many different areas to it, we've decided to break it down into the 4 key parts. So you're going to work with tutors that are specialists in all of those areas. There is an exam at the end. It's a practical exam on day 3. It's about 35 minutes where you'll work with the client implementing your program.
Okay, so very detailed, very comprehensive. So how does this work in conjunction with this website? Do you do the course and you still have access to the website? If so, how long do you have access to the website and see all the videos for? Can you sign up to the website on its own? How does all that work?
Yeah, so first, I suppose I'll talk a little bit about how the course works. So it's, as I said, it's a 3-day long training program, which is going to be delivered using the Muscle in Motion software that we talked about. Day one, you're going to have the basic exercise technique, which is going to be covered by one of our best tutors on the subjects. She's going to run through the benefits, the functions and corrections of each of the fundamental exercises that you're going to need for training your clients. On day two, the scaling workouts is going to focus on regression and progression. So how to adapt exercise depending on the level of your client or if they've got any medical conditions. Students are also going to be given a case study on day two. So basically, they're going to be asked to create a program for that client and have that ready for day three, so they can come back on day three and demonstrate and coach practical demonstrations on the exercises and implementing the program that they've learned. And that's going to have their 35-minute exam. And I suppose to follow up on the questions, students will have access to Muscle in Motion. When they sign up for our course, they'll have access for 1 year, which is amazing, really. To have that resource your first year as a qualified professional is amazing. You can call on at any time that there's an exercise you're not sure on or you need to refresh. It's there as a really, really useful resource for you to take on as a trainer and use.
Okay, so that sounds great, and I'm sure everyone wants to sign up now. So can you show us how they can do that through our website?
Yeah, no problem, Carol. I'm just going to get that up for you now. So if you guys go to the website, so www.profi-fitness.ie, and once you get to our homepage here, you'll just scroll. It's the same on the phones, on a phone or a mobile device. Personal training and nutrition, the drop-down tab here, and the second one, anatomy of exercise for fitness professionals. You just click on that, and it brings you to our new course. As you can see, we're running a one-time offer. This is the very first time we're doing the course. The normal price on this will be $599. We're doing it at a special rate of $252 right now. So it's an amazing price for this course. And you scroll down here and you can click on the schedule if you want to have a quick look, or you click on book now and you follow through on the website just to finish it off with your registration, name, all your details, and complete the booking there. It's also worth noting that you get 1 year's access to Muscle in Motion as well, which I showed you earlier on. Amazing resource. I know I've said it before, but I can't stress it enough. It's going to be invaluable. The cost alone of getting a year subscription of that to get all of this for $252 is absolutely incredible. So you're getting really, really good value for the course and to have that software as well. So yeah, hope that helps. And I'll hand you back to Carol now.
Amazing. Sounds great. So I'm pretty sure that was very comprehensive of how to find the course, the schedule, the details on how to book. But if you do have any questions that we haven't covered, send us an email, send us a GM, give us a call. You can find all of our contact details on our contact area of our website. And as I said, Michael's a great resource and he knows a lot about this course and he has all of the experience in the industry that you need to know. So if you do have any questions or, concerns before doing the course, give us a call and we'll help. So thanks for watching.